This is a short video to discuss how you can use conditional shares to send over specific amounts of fields depending on a field value. The scenario was an incident that is set to pending would only update 3 fields versus an incident that was set to assigned will actually update 5 fields. So in order to do this, first thing you're going to want to do is go over to table maps and create a new table map. So you can see here I have a table map called 5 fields, which designated the 5 fields I wanted to send over, and 3 fields, that's the 3 fields I want to send over. So by building this first, we'll be able to select the condition later on that chooses these fields. I'll click into the 5 fields table map. You'll see it's a parent record using a replicator topic going over to another ServiceNow instance that is also outbound. The source table is incident, and the target table will also be incident, and it will go over as XML. You simply click New and create the 5 fields that you want, and in this case, they were 5 fields, with the field name and then the target field name matching. If for some reason the other instance of ServiceNow had a different field name, we could absolutely call that different field name. And if we needed to do some sort of scripting in the middle, we could do some real basic scripting by reaching out to related tables. But right now we're just doing a field for field matching. So I've created this field mapping for 5 fields, and I've created the second one, as you can see, for 3. And we're going to use those in our dynamic shares. So next I'm going to go over to this Perspective app and look at a dynamic share. I'm going to use this top one here. It's one that I already created, so it's off the incident table, and once this form loads completely, we'll see. Off the incident table, there is no filter here. That is because it would be the dynamic share itself, so any incident that we want to be created or updated or deleted will fire off this conditional share. Now, we will put the filter on the conditional share down below. And if you go to additional settings and you check this conditional share box, you'll notice that the conditional share tab appears or is hidden. So if I go down to my conditional share, you see I have 2 different conditional shares, one for 3 fields, one for 5 fields. If I go into the 3 field status or 3 field conditional share, you'll notice that I have my condition here. Active is true and status is pending. And I'm going to go ahead and use my 3 field table map. For my second condition share, once this loads, there we go, I'll look at my 5 field condition share. Same thing, active is true, status is assigned, and I'm going to use my 5 field table map. So I've already selected those 5 fields that I'm going to be sharing out. So what this will look like from a updating incident perspective, if I go to an open incident, and I'll grab this one that I was testing with, and I set my status to pending, or if this was already set to pending, and I save this, that update, because my dynamic share was also on update, and I can look at the outbound message in the Perspective outbound queue. I can see I'm going off to that 20912 instance. And if I were to look at this outbound message and decrypt this value, you can see I have my 5 fields: assigned to, priority, short description, this is my 3 fields. When I change it to pending, assigned is when I will see my 5 fields. So if I go back to my incidents and I update this same incident to assigned, that's where, and I save this, that's where I'll have another message that's updated, but this time I'm sharing 5 fields. So as I go to my outbound messages, I have a second update. I'll look at this second update and I'll decrypt this value in my outbound messages. And now you'll see I have 5 different fields that are going out: assigned to, assignment group, impact, number, and state. And those were those 5 fields that were reflected in my table maps. So that's how you can utilize the table mats on a conditional dynamic share to be able to specify which fields you want based on those filter conditions. Thank you.